From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claim to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want those major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians take days off.
Yeah,
get off my.
I wanted to get in there.
Get off my fucking opening line, you fucking bell end.
I just need
back.
A bit of it.
No, back in your fucking cage. Don't think because I took the day off. Don't think because I took the day off and you took over and you got all comfortable saying, no. I will fuck you in front of your family to put you back in your place, Ollie.
I mean, they let a dog fuck me when I was very young. So, I mean, that happened.
Hi, people. Welcome to the show. Before we get any further, I would like to ask anybody listening to this podcast to nip into the comment section, or the description really quickly, and go and find the first link there is at the bottom, along with our other links, and go to the British Podcast Awards and vote for the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We are. We're definitely not big enough to go like, oh, we can fucking do this. So we kind of need everybody to do it.
We need the power of the Daily Conspiracy
podcast. Same energy that got us to like 1,400 5-star reviews. That's what we need. We need that energy on the podcast. British podcast industry is not even that big. Like, we can fucking do this. We can upset some stuff. Imagine that. Imagine us rocking up with fucking BBC and stuff like that. They'd be well pissed off. Oh my
God.
They don't want us there. They don't want us. They don't want us sat next to fucking Peter Crouch rabbiting on about football. No. They want boring podcasts. We're gonna bring fucking Nibiru. We're gonna bring fucking aliens. We're gonna bring fucking interdimensional DMT entities.
And we may even bring the Epstein list if you make this happen.
We might even get the Epstein list. So yeah, if you could go and vote for us on the British Podcast Awards /vote, or voting, one of the two, but the link will be in the description. Just Google it. Just Google the British Podcast Awards if you can't be bothered looking for the link. You'll find it.
We win this, Lee. If we win this, I'm going to put this out there right now. I will do a live show naked.
Awesome. Well, you know what you got to do, people, to embarrass Ollie.
I won't be embarrassed.
I mean, you might not be, but you should be. Yeah. So please come and vote for us, because that'd be fucking awesome. Our friend Danny, she won an award. It's not fair. She's got an award and we don't have an award. So we'd like an award too.
I'm really happy she got that award. She deserves
I'm really happy she got that award too. I am. I voted for it. I voted for her. I know some of our listeners voted for her as well. So if you can vote for her, vote for us. Who brought you to the fucking party, bitches? While you're doing that, go sign up to the Patreon. That'd also be super awesome for you. You get ad-free podcasts. You get early access to video. You get a live hangout with us at the end of every month, which will be the beginning of next month, this month, because Oliver is on holiday. But don't worry, we have fucking awesome shows next week. We're going to kick off on Monday with Danny. We have some extra podcast guests. Nick's coming in. We're going to bookend the week with another show with Danny. We've got loads of stuff coming up. It's going to be fucking awesome. And Ollie's not going to be here, so it will be less gay. The other things I want to say, you know what it is by now. We've got merch. Go and buy some merch, all that sort of stuff. Oliver
Lee,
are you aware of
not much, no, but go on.
Fair. Are you aware of Ammonite? Sorry, I'm a retard.
An Ammonite?
Yeah,
Isn't that like a little prehistoric curled up squid thing?
Well, it is when it's not an extra planet in our solar system. Ammonite 2023 KQ14 to be exact was discovered in 2023. Obviously, it was confirmed
in our solar system.
It was confirmed in 2024 by the Canada-France-Hawaii telescope. Catchy name. Its type is a stenoid, a rare trans-Neptune object, a TNO, with a highly elongated orbit located in the outer solar system. Its estimated diameter is between 220 and 380 kilometers. That's 137 miles, 236 miles, somewhere between that. Much smaller than a planet.
That's smaller than the moon as well, isn't it?
I think it is, yes. The interesting thing about this, and we're going to get into it, is the orbit for this thing is roughly 4,000 years. And
I know it's coming.
And as we know now, this is being connected to the Nibiru myth. So it's a hypothesis of a large planet or a celestial body tied to doomsday scenarios, first popularized by Zecharia Sitchin in his 1976 book, The 12th Planet. He's claimed Nibiru's orbit was 3,600 years and was the orbit of global cataclysm. We've got a little clip here to explain better than I just tried to what this is. And as I do it, I can't find it. I've got so many links open here.
Well, just while you're finding that,
link.
I think if people go and check out our last interview we had with Bart Sabrell, we've done 3 interviews with Bart Sabrell. That was about Planet X, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we had one of the episodes we did was Planet X. So let's listen to this 40-second clip that tells us about this new planet, which was confirmed. So what I should say is the reason this has come to mind is that out of nowhere, Jesse Michaels, from the Alchemy American Alchemy podcast, or wherever it is, said he put a tweet out that 4 hours ago, breaking: NASA just found a new world in our solar system named Ammonite. Now, I find it weird that this Astronomy Daily put this out when this thing was found in 2023, but then just Jesse Michaels retweeted it saying, "This is crazy, a new planet-like object, a stenoid, which we'd already decided before, was found existing far beyond Pluto and Neptune. The team that discovered it called it Ammonite. It orbits the sun every 4,000 years. According to the team that found it, Ammonite orbit tells us that something sculpted our solar system very early on. where whenever it was passing, whether it was a passing star or a hidden planet, this discovery brings us one step closer to truth. So he's using this as a evidence of Nibiru, not necessarily saying it is Nibiru, but let's listen to them talk about this new planet.
Astronomers suspect a giant planet, nicknamed Planet 9 or X, might be lurking in the outer reaches of our solar system. This unseen giant could be at least 10 times Earth's mass and hold the key to a cosmic mystery. Beyond Pluto, icy objects travel in strangely elongated orbits, seemingly clustered together. Scientists believe Planet 9's gravity could be the invisible shepherd, explaining these oddities. Powerful computers are helping rewind time to simulate scenarios that could have caused these unusual movements. The discovery of Planet 9 would be a major breakthrough, adding a new world to our solar system family. Astronomers suspect...
I hate the way clips replay.
I feel like I need Dave Weiss with me right now.
I know, but he on immediately be telling us how this is bullshit. I always found it weird. You know, remember when we downgraded Pluto to a non-planet, which I think would be one of these stednoids.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
it's a fucking planet. It's round.
I mean, I'm not sure that should be the only distributing like factor of what we make a planet.
It's
and what
blue
we don't.
as well, and brown.
What Mars isn't blue.
Mars is red.
Yeah, it is, Holly. We are playing and learning today. So right. Let's start from when I started looking at this. Right, so around about 2012, we've got stuff starting to happen on the internet a little bit. We get all those videos of like what supposedly you could see two suns and stuff really started kicking off. People started to get worried about 2012. I was worried about 2012.
Crazy Stu was worried about 2012.
Crazy Stu was worried about 2012. And when Pluto got downgraded to a non-planet, the conspiracy theory was because everyone was talking about Planet X at the time. With the reason it was Planet X because it would be the 10th planet in the system, and they're saying we've only got rid of Pluto as a planet, so when something new comes around, as in like the 9th planet, it would be people wouldn't be searching for Planet X; they wouldn't be searching for Planet 10. I kind of think there might be some fucking validity to that.
Well, you know something? You've just rejogged my memory. I can remember the whole YouTube thing, because YouTube was a thing back in 2012.
Yeah.
And
Big
it was
thing.
the Wild West then.
Yeah.
But there was loads of people showing two suns.
Two
suns and fucking, is that another moon? What is that thing? I remember all these things. And that was before AI. That was before like the average Joe could just do CGI in his fucking bedroom.
Well, that's the big thing. So I do think people need to remember sometimes, because I saw someone say this in the comments of one of our podcasts, saying about there's nothing CGI now, it's all AI. It was kind of the crux of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think people need to remember that AI is still just CGI. It's literally CGI because it is a computer generated image. I think they also need to remember
it's the artificial intelligence pulling loads of images to make this image. Am I right? Is that how it does it?
Yeah, but in its very nature, it is an image generated by a computer generated image. But I think sometimes people need to remember that, at least from what we have consumer level, if you can use 3D modeling software really well and SFX software really well, you do better jobs than CGI, than AI.
Than AI, yeah.
Yeah. That's why movies that have massive budgets that people sit there for fucking months making like Superman fight scenes, that's why they look so good, is because it's been handcrafted. So I do think people need to remember sometimes that AI is definitely not the be all and end all yet. And I do think it will probably get to the point where AI generated video is indistinguishable
100%.
from what we can create, like and
It's not
will
far.
then supersede it. Yeah, then it'll then supersede it. But that being said, I don't know how easy special effects and digital modeling was in 2012. It feels like it should have been difficult. It feels like when you're rocking a PC with like 560 meg of RAM or something fucking ridiculous like that. It feels like it should be more difficult on your 1 gig hard drive.
So, do you remember the film Life of Pi? About the boy with the tiger that meets the tiger, and the tiger travels the sea with him and everything like that. My mum knew the guy who created the sea. Well, her one of her best friends, the guy who created the sea in that film, which looked less oily in that film than if you remember Sea back in whenever they did sea in films, it always looked oily, like oil. But he did the sea really well in that. But the amount of money that cost just to do that, the sea in that film was insane. And that was probably around about the same sort of time, 2012, I think, off the top of my arsehole. But the average Joe with what is it? Not Final Cut Pro, with Adobe After Effects and stuff like that. Yes, you can do some stuff.
Don't even know
but
if After Effects would have been a thing in 2012 even.
Oh, it may have been. I don't know. I know it was about when I joined the YouTube scene back in 2015. So I'm not sure. But you needed a fucking really powerful rig as well. So the idea that everybody's like doing fake suns up in the sky and things like that is just, yeah, it's reaching people. It's fucking reaching for the stars. That's what that is. Pardon the pun. No, there's no pardoning that pun. It's a great pun. What you looking at?
I'm just trying to work out. Yeah, I'm just trying to see when.
I think it's been out for a while, Lee, but I think like the first version of it was pretty just like, animated.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
But yeah, my point is, not every man and his dog could do it back then. You'd need a decent PC, and you need a lot of horsepower to do that. And there was a lot of videos out there, a lot of videos of people, some of the best UFO videos as well. Some of the best, which have all fucking disappeared, mind you, all of them. Did you see when it was made?
I couldn't tell. There was lots of different dates there, and I gave up looking for it.
Okay, yeah, they do that, don't they? They just never fucking give you. I just want to. When you Google something, it should just give you a fucking one-word answer.
When could I buy this thing? It looked like it was between 2012 and 2014 was where I was looking
at. Okay,
so
I imagine the first version of that was pretty like basic.
Yeah, you'd imagine so. But like,
feel free to comment below if we're wrong.
Yeah, I remember thinking, like, I remember listening to, I forgot what the guy's name was, because it was around about the time I just got into podcasts, and there was a podcast called Ground Zero, and it was like 2.5 hours long, something like that. It was like, but back before like long form podcasts were like really sort of properly kicking off. I remember listening to this show about Planet X for like 2 hours. And I was just thinking, we're fucked. Because I mean, there was all sorts of doomsday predictions. The like the Zachariah Sitchin one. There was who was it? Nancy Lyder predicted that Nibiru would pass in 2003. She later revised that to 2012, saying it would cause a polar shift. Like other prophets said it would.
Well, the Mayan calendar. The Mayan calendar, that ended. There was nothing after that, was there?
Well, people say the Mayan calendar ended in 2012, but that doesn't make sense to me. That's like saying the clock ends at midnight. It doesn't. It ticks on. It's round.
I mean, I get what you're saying there, but they said that the Mayans predicted
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, I
the
think
end of the world as we know it.
No, they didn't though. The Mayan prediction was all built on, or I believe it was all built on. If again, people might fuck me up in the comments for this, but it was built under the premise that the Mayan calendar ended in 2012. Why do I keep saying 2012? 2012. Yeah, but the fact, I think that was a willful and purposeful misunderstanding of their calendar. I think they had a long calendar.
I think, I mean, we can go back to the fucking the Planet X thing, but I think maybe as we know it, it did end in 2012 because it just seems to fucking roller coasted since then. We've had fucking Mandela effects. We've had everything, absolutely everything since 2012.
I think that's fair. I think the 2012 conspiracy was it was the first like big doomsday thing I remembered. Like, you know, like I know people bring like what was the year 2000 Y2K thing up. I never consider the Y2K thing as being like an apocalyptic event, because although there was worries that it could fuck computers up and stuff like that, that would be like a purely man-made issue. I think when we're looking at things like the Mayans predicting the end of the world and stuff like that, you're talking about a predictable event, not something that was like an oversight by fucking people. But I've got a little.
Stop pussyfooting around it. How long we got, Lee? When's this motherfucker hitting us?
Should we have a little
Play
clip?
it. Yeah.
Feels like the time to have a little clip.
Writer Zechariah Sitchin has demonstrated that every 3,600 years, a planet called Nibiru comes close to Earth, and its gravity pull has catastrophic consequences. In his book, The End of Days, Sitchin calculated that due to its highly elliptical orbit, Nibiru caused the Great Flood 6,000 years ago, and then passed close to Earth in 556 BCE. The next time we will be able to see Nibiru and feel its consequences will be in the year 3000. Nibiru was not just another planet. It was the home of the Anunnaki, a group of ancient astronauts that came to Earth and were worshipped as gods by various cultures.
I've been to the year 3000. Nothing exists, but we live underwater. And you're great.
No.
What? No?
The line was, not much has changed, but we live underwater.
That's the yeah. I thought I'd dramatize it a little bit.
Yeah, you didn't. You were wrong.
Your great granddaughter's pretty fine. It's such a noncy line.
It is pretty noncy. It's pretty noncy. And she's 5. But I find it weird that we're saying that Nibiru's got like a 3,600 year orbit, and we're saying that this new thing has a 4,000 year orbit. That seems that seems pretty.
I'm sorry I'm boring you.
No. I thought I'd like woke myself up. I'm still not. It seems pretty fucking weird to me. Like, and I wonder with this stuff, we feel like we've been preparing for something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and it's, I'm just wondering. You know, we've had this sort of vast transfer of wealth, Was it just to line the pockets of people, or was there like an oh shit button like pulled?
If something's happening and something's going to hit or going to do something with a gravitational pull, what difference does money make unless the big shift of wealth is that they're fucking digging underground and they are making bases?
Well, that's where
Because money under there will have no. I don't. I think if the fucking global elites go under, yeah, if that's what they're doing, I don't think they'll go. Oh, let's go under and let's make sure we take a fucking shitload of money because we're gonna need it to spend in fucking Best Buy when we put it underground.
So, what would you do then?
I know it said Best Buy for an American audience like that.
Yeah, but what you would need is you would need a lot of construction to go on, and construction needs paid. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't, you wouldn't be promising everyone that works on this construction site, like you wouldn't be like, oh, we got something like, luckily for you, we need decorators and builders. You know, we need some joiners down here. Come with us. We'll keep your family up. We just need you to build this for us. Not going to happen. It's going to be independent contractors that are paid well. It would have been put under the guy.
They'd have to sign a fucking.
Yeah, it'd be military contractors. People that are used to doing these things. If I was going to do it, I would have built lots of them in the past. So it's not out of the ordinary. You know, we hear about these deep underground military bases a lot. They're made by construction companies.
Yes, well, I know you was a bit funny with his story. I actually thought his story was the best out of all of them and the most. But I believed in the most. Do you remember the guy?
I believe the Antarctic guy the most. I know you're talking about the real.
Well, I liked them all, to be fair, but I really liked the story about just the block that were floating, and he was a contractor, and he was going in there, and it was something to do with construction, and he went way down.
I just find it weird that his story, that they're getting this independent contractor in to come price up.
Oh, I can't remember his name. What was his fucking name?
I can't remember. I just don't believe you put quotes in for that work. I believe you might win the contract.
But his story is exactly what you're saying. His story is exactly what you're saying, apart from there's a big floating slab.
Yeah, and they left the alien slab out when he was walking down. Just see, his story seemed weird to me. But anyway, we are getting by the by. But there's clearly something going on. Like there's something. People seem to be doing something weird. We've got it's quite a clip heavy show this. But I've got a clip here from Catherine Austin Fitz that's who we were trying to remember last night. This is from Fox 26, and it should be Catherine talking about the wealthy elites building bunkers.
Fox. Uncensored. Are post-apocalyptic plans for the wealthy and powerful literally right under our noses? A former HUD official says this has been in the works since the 90s. Let's take a listen. And joining us now on The Factor Uncensored, we have Todd Duplantis from The Road Beyond. Todd, you know I love these types of stories, and this story, I want to believe it's true. I'm not sure. We have the former, she served as Assistant Secretary of the Housing and Urban Development Department, or HUD, under the Bush administration, and she says $21 trillion has been spent on underground bunkers and cities, and she's claiming it's for the super rich, and her name is Catherine Fitz. So are we buying her story now? I think it's in the New York Post.
That's right. Thanks for having me, Isaiah. This story's been floating around for a couple of years, and this just kind of lends a little bit of credibility. She was on with an interview with Tucker Carlson on his podcast, and she says, since 1998, the U.S. government, as you mentioned, has spent more than $21 trillion in bomb shelters, or more or less underground facilities. In many cases, they're saying these underground facilities reach across 170 different locations across the country. Now, this has been going on for a while, or at least reports of it. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Gates, they're all said to have built these facilities many years ago, preparing for something. What is the question? And there are some theories as to what's going behind this as well, in the background behind this as well.
So is anyone from any administration, presidential administration, from Bush to Obama to Biden to Trump, any one of them responding at all to this?
I haven't heard any response on this, but there's been some talk about why Trump wants Greenland, and it could have to do with these bunkers being built. If you remember, when he talked about Greenland initially, he said we need it for strategic operations.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to be going down a rabbit hole here.
I'll take it. I love it, Todd. Let's go down.
There is some heavy thought that the poles may be shifting in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, but there's thoughts in the scientific community that we are looking at a pole shift.
Mm-hmm.
The pole shift would put Greenland in a better situation than the rest of the United States. Think about what happened allegedly when the poles shifted in the past before. It caused calamity, world disasters. People had to hide. Therefore, these underground bunkers, and in many cases, the elite are buying these in droves. There's companies out there that build these so that they can escape any disaster. What type of disaster are we talking about? We're talking about floods, earthquakes. All of that could be on the table. I don't know if having a 2-story to 3-story silo, if you're an ultra-rich person, to hide in is going to help it if we're covered by, 30 to 80 feet of water on top of us. That's yet to be seen. But if the poles shift, that would put Greenland in a very prime location, according to some reports.
Now, all it takes is someone getting in front of President Trump, asking him about these bunkers, because he's been willing to answer just about any damn thing. So let's hopefully you or I get in front of him at some point and we can ask him about these bunkers, Todd. Todd Duplantis from The Road Beyond. Thank you for joining us here on The Factor.
Trade with confidence.
Go away, advert.
Trade with confidence, people. Trade with confidence. I'm pretty convinced now that Jeffrey Epstein is actually in one of those fucking bunkers already. They look after their own by the sounds of this. So basically, what's going to populate all of humanity when we're taken out is a bunch of fucking perverts.
Unless that's all busy work. Like, I've really been thinking about this lately. And I wonder if, well, you said things changed in 2012. What was big in 2012? Apocalypse predictions. People were bang on it. People were talking about pole shifts. We were talking about the elites going underground because there's going to be these massive calamities. Then everything goes batshit crazy.
Yep.
Was that a distraction? Was it an issue for these people that people were getting together and they were starting to come close to what the truth was, is that there is a expiration date on civilization, and every culture eventually works out what's going to happen, be it ancient texts that are deciphered that we aren't privy to, be it just general science, like just doing like general science and working out, well, hang on a second, with the pyramids here, this is what we think the pyramids were for, how old we think they are, what could have caused the damage that we see to them as far as like water erosion. and cultures just work it out. So what happens is, we think in the past that there have been cultures which might have cared for their populations a little bit more, and done their best to save as many people as possible. Unfortunately, I don't think we're in a civilization that works quite like that.
Just quickly, do you remember my theory when the lockdowns were going on? I don't know if I said this on Alien Addict or if I said this to you after I'd had a few beers and feeling a little bit emotional. But I said, wouldn't it be a great time for them to start building some underground bunkers when everybody's fucking locked up?
Yeah, I think that was a really good time for lots of stuff to go on.
Like if they wanted to do something like that on a grand scale, like across the world, we need them locked up. We need as little fucking we need them not to see what's going on. So we shut down they can't come to this place. It could have been the fucking local cinema. Let's fucking dig a hole. Let's dig a fucking hole in the local cinema.
It was also a really good way of moving large quantities of money around and giving large contracts out to people under very little supervision.
Wouldn't that be the perfect opportunity if there is something going on, which I'm not convinced, because I'm still under the impression that space could be fake and gay. But if it's not, and there is something on its way, that would have been the perfect opportunity to lock us down, to move all that money, to get contractors building, and those motherfuckers have their little underground homes now.
And a jab that puts an expiration date on a huge portion of the population,
so that we don't all fucking freak out when it's happening, because most of us are dead.
There's no population to revolt.
Well, fuck them, because less is more.
Yeah, when you're getting washed off the face of the fucking planet. Have you heard of the Adam and Eve story?
Yeah, two constant naked people fucked loads on Earth, and like Eve fell in love with
No, well,
snake.
you haven't. Here is here's a brief sum up of the Adam and Eve story.
I look at these topics that we're into: cataclysms, Younger Dryas, lost ancient technology.
Magnetic poles. I watched a video on that this morning, the Adam and Eve video. How much of that is agreed upon? That there could be a time where the magnetic poles actually shift.
They say that the last one was like 778,000 years ago, and we're like 200,000 years overdue. But the Adam and Eve story, the theory of that is that it's a planet flip 90 degree. The Earth essentially does a standstill. The sun will basically stay in the same spot, causing heating like we've never experienced. And that the wind and the waters continue with their momentum, because essentially the wind travels at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. When that event happens, it's going to be cataclysmic. In that document, it says 6 days, things start simmering down a bit. By day 7, things are starting over new. I look at these topics that we're in.
So is he essentially saying that Earth stops?
Yeah, so I believe it is when the magnetic poles shift. I can't remember whether the idea is that the Earth would spin in a different direction, or whether it just slows down before it starts spinning again. And then there's a point where it kind of like a ride, like when a swing gets to the top before it comes back down. That's kind of that's the stopping point of it. And like you say, saying 6 days of cataclysm, which incidentally is, it's, I mean,
game over, man.
Well, you got to think of the week, yeah. God rested on the 7th day, which would be 6 days to create a new world.
I mean, I just hope when it stops, I'm in the middle bit, not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah,
Goldilocks
it's
zone.
just to go to Ollie's just right with the bears and the porridge. I don't know. Like it to me, it's the most terrifying. Like that.
One of the poles would be the best place to be.
No, because it would be global flooding, like the
Well, yeah, but
tsunami.
it would be. But if you think about it, if it's spinning, yeah, and all of a sudden it stops and starts going the other way, I think the top and bottom would be. I mean, I'm not fucking Eric Weinstein, but
Ollie, I think you're still fucked. I think you are deeply
I'll
fucked.
take my fucking chances in Antarctic with a fucking cuddly penguin.
I think it'd be quite slimy, but
it will be when I finish with it. Fucking 7 days with a penguin. That penguin's fucking mush.
I'd love it if it turned fucking round on you. It's like, no, bitch, you're mine. Yeah, this idea that there's an expiration date on us and there's nothing we can do about it. It doesn't matter how advanced we get. It doesn't matter what we do, what our plans are. There's never enough time. Do you know what I mean? Like the point we would have to get to in order to escape the planet and or do something to stop like the cataclysm is just not enough time. There isn't enough time to do it. So we're constantly in this perpetual loop of nearly. We nearly crack everything. We nearly do all the things. And just as we're about to do it, we get fucked.
I mean, the side that faces the sun for all that time, essentially the fucking planet sets on fire on that side, doesn't it?
Oh, it's bastard cubed. It's like barbecued to 10x.
But then the other side is frozen.
No. The other side would. If you heat one side of a coin up, the other side's going to get hot. So it wouldn't be as hot.
Earth's a bit bigger than a coin. It's not made out of metal.
Yeah, it is a bit bigger, but the heat source is also fucking gigantic.
Like I say, I'll be in that middle bit. Just
I mean, don't you right? I think
put the hands out like that.
I think to the side of the world is the place to fucking be. Don't get me wrong.
With a jumper.
I don't think it'd be cold. I think you would get it would be the other side of the earth will be like superheated as well.
I mean, I suppose it's a fucking if you had to go. And if you're listening to this right now, and you've been one of these like crazy stew guys that cried on my shoulder on 2012 over a glass of wine, then one, I love you because I love crazy stew, but two, just think about it. What better way to go? You witness the end of the world.
What would be your favorite? Yeah, what would be your favorite part, Ollie? The imminent death, or trying to explain to your children why there was going to be
why bring the
tomorrow?
kids into it?
Well, because I always think people that say stuff like that, it's like people that I'm not saying you annoyed me. You're beautiful, Ollie, and you could never annoy me. But it's like people that are like anti-human.
You never called me beautiful before. I appreciate that.
I don't think anyone ever has. It's like the people that are like anti-humans go, oh yeah, I think like we should just like clear off the planet. Like people are like a disease that just harm everything we touch. You go, well, unfortunately, you're on team people, so fuck you.
No, all I'm saying is, right, if you are gonna, if you listen to this podcast right now and you're going, fuck me, you know, and
Yeah, but
you don't have
no
children.
sane person, even if you don't have children, no sane person would go, oh, well, this is the right way to go. Wait, no. You would be fucking on your knees begging and screaming to the first deity you could possibly see to make this stop.
I could stay awake.
Yeah, not happening. And what did we say? Like we have a rule, like on Ollie singing. We have a rule.
I haven't sang for a while.
Haven't you sang already in this episode?
No.
Or was that the one we binned off?
That was we did record at the beginning.
Yeah, we started one.
You said no, we need to start again
because Ollie sang.
It could have been copyright that as well because I sung it that well.
Oh, yeah, right there. Like all of a sudden I was fucking with the Backstreet Boys.
I thought it was just Tina Turner that was banned.
No, you singing is banned.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, you get an Ike Turner next time I see you. Yeah. I just can't think of anything worse, like I said, than this expiration date, and especially because it looks like we've hit. And saying this, let me caveat what I'm going to say, because it would appear that in the past we've hit higher levels of technology than what, or at least I'd say more advanced because we can't work it out. So that suggests to me that we've had more time in the past to get to that point, but maybe we just reach better conclusions. How awful would that be if, like, we were like the only civilization that's been that kept ourselves like stuck in the Industrial Revolution, never got out of it, never got 0 point energy, like none of the other cultures invented fucking money, like, and shareholders. And like greed held us fucking back in this bullshit world we've made for ourselves.
Or every time it resets, this always happens. We always end up fucking creating money and.
Yeah, I mean that's possible. What I mean is that we haven't done a Göbekli Tepe, we haven't done a Great Pyramids. You know, like the construction of the pyramids, especially of those like LiDAR, whatever type of like topographical
you mean
scanning.
You mean what looks like fucking tunnels going straight under, straight down, almost like fucking elevators down to a huge
like
big
a
square
escape
room.
Yeah, almost like an escape pod. Right. But what I'm trying to say is we haven't hit that level of technology. So is that that we know of? That, I mean, again, yeah, that's maybe somebody has decided, look, like if we keep doing this as a people, we can't survive this. We can only survive this if we keep this in-house and we do our best. We create the breakaway civilization, and that's what keeps the human race going. You know, I've always thought, right, if the Germans had won the Second World War, like we have to be intellectually honest enough with ourselves to go, not because he was doing not because he was doing something right. This is not the point. If you think that's the point I'm making, then you're horribly mistaken. But right now we would revere Adolf Hitler and the German war effort in the same way as we think of the Allies and, you know, the Americans.
I mean,
he would be revered as like the great Adolf Hitler that led the German army to beat the evil allies, the allies of evil, for instance. It's just
we'd be all speaking English by now.
Yeah, What the fuck was that, Ollie?
That was my impression.
Well, why would it be French?
I thought it was a great impression. I apologize to Germany. I love you guys. You've put, but that was my German.
Jesus Christ.
I love German sausage. So there you go.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
A bratwurst. Amazing.
Only had one working gas chamber left. I just want to borrow it. I want to take Ollie on holiday. I will borrow it for 10 minutes. You fucking had me, Ollie. You've had me over, I'm afraid. I have no idea what I was talking about.
You were talking about the end of the world, Lee.
I was, but I can't remember what my point was.
That if the Nazis had let's not like if the Nazis had won the war.
Sorry. So the point I was trying to make.
I'm not calling German Nazis, by the way, but the political party, the Nazi party, had won the war.
Yeah, fairly well associated with Germany, though. Ollie. You're allowed to say that.
Okay.
But the point I was trying to make was that if at some point Klaus Schwab and the lads got together and said, we're getting fucked in a few years, like end of world, like end of days shit, and the richest, most powerful people got together and said, right, well, we need to do something about this. We need to build bunkers. And people say, they're just trying to save themselves. But is that what they really think? You'd do that. If you had the opportunity to like get on, you wouldn't tell your neighbors. You wouldn't tell your fucking sister, mother. If it was a choice between you, your wife, and your kids, or like going out trying to fucking like raise awareness, you'd stay the fucking shut down. There's no way you would open your mouth.
I don't think there's many people on planet Earth that if they got given the opportunity and they have a family and they said, listen, there's only so many people that can come in here. We wish we could save everybody. But you've been chosen. You need to keep this thing on you need to shut the fuck up or you ain't coming in.
The choice is you come with us, we do this, or the human race ends. Either way, those other people are going to die anyway. They have their date with destiny set. Your choice is, do you stand next to them or not?
Maybe this is why Elon's just been going, we need to go to Mars, and fucking listen to him. Listen to him, people. We need to get to Mars. We need to get to Mars, Lee.
Well, it doesn't make sense. You got the moon. You use the moon as a rock.
I can't breathe on the fucking. I can't
breathe on Mars, Ollie.
No, but we could. What's terraform it? Terraform it. We could terraform Mars.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. I mean, that would be the thing. The idea of using the moon as a life raft would be the.
You can definitely grow potatoes on Mars. I saw it on The Martian. So
yeah, that's true. But this idea that they just get together to save humanity, I could see that. I could see that being a play.
Right. So let's stick on that for a second, because now you're making me think, and maybe they're not bad. Maybe these fucking rich motherfuckers, if this is what's going on, they're not bad. It's just they know they can't take everybody.
Yeah, I mean, this is my idea. Like it ties in with that thing I was talking about the other day, the bullshit hypothesis that all conspiracy theories are bullshit just to keep people busy. Mm-hmm. And the Epstein one has been
pretty busy right now.
But the Epstein one's been so fucking all encompassing. Yeah. Like if that was the thing that would have done its fucking job, would have done its job. And The only other is right. The problem I have is, and that guy on that last clip we played had the same feeling. I just don't understand what underground bunkers do in the event of a pole shift. Especially if it was so we've got extreme flooding, fine. But then there's also been the idea that a pole shift would bring crustal displacement. I mean, if crustal displacement is a thing, you're just turning you're turning the ground like underneath us into a big cheese grater.
Okay,
you're
but
just gonna get
what if
smashed.
they've looked at the best places? Right, it's very here we're more likely to survive it. You know, they build skyscrapers now that can withstand earthquakes. So maybe they've done it with tunnels that they can withstand the crustal. What do you call it?
Maybe like
Crustal
crustal displacement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
a flexi tunnel.
I mean, who knows? Possibly. I'm gonna guess. I'd guess no. See, this is the thing. It's the sort of stuff I wrestle with like quite frequently now. I don't know. Like whenever we say, "Oh, they're 50 years ahead of us, they're 100 years ahead of us," like the technology they have, blah 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 blah. What if it isn't?
What do you mean?
What if they're not ahead? Right? Science. It feels technology, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe it's because these companies aren't putting like all the money into development, haven't been doing for the past fucking 20 years. It feels like technology has slowed down.
Oh my God.
Moore's law stopped. Do you know what I mean? Like we were, everything was getting twice as small, twice as powerful every year. And then I think it was 5 years ago that Moore's law was like broken, where we didn't, the next processor that came out wasn't half the size. It wasn't twice as powerful.
Yeah.
So,
I remember you've just put an idea into my head that's fucking wild. You said it ages ago, and it was when the new Xbox came out on the PlayStation 5, and you said to me, if you think about it, because I think people was talking about doomsday scenario then, and you went like, well, big company like Microsoft, why would they be fucking bringing out a fucking console and all this sort of stuff? You know, if they know that this is going to happen, it doesn't seem it. But right now, they're fucking killing the Xbox.
Well, oddly enough, that in 2012, that was one of the things that it scared me, because the 2008 financial collapse happened, and obviously now in hindsight, it was it was a monetary thing. People they were worried people wouldn't have the money to buy the stuff they were selling. But if people cast their minds back after the financial collapse, that generation of consoles, I think it would have been the 8th generation of consoles, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Those generations were stretched out well past their sell-by date.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking to myself, like, are they doing this because they know something's coming? Like,
it was 2013 when the new ones came.
Yeah. But it should have been like well beforehand, shouldn't it? It was like 2008, 2007, 2008, I think, was when you'd have normally had another generation, like console generation.
Can you imagine if a crazy thing like a games console, like, guys, just fucking hold off for a bit, just hold off, just see if we can survive this year.
Just release GTA on this. Yeah, no, look, I can't work out, right, what's happened to technology in the last decade. We'll go consumer technology, right? What dribbles down for us? We can fold a tablet over to take it around as a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, your iPhone right now, there's no real difference to your iPhone 7. There's been like over 10 generations of iPhone and Android phones, which have been slightly better screen, slightly lighter. Sometimes they get a bit bigger and a bit heavier even. I just wonder if technology is actually stagnating. I don't know for what reason, but the idea that
it seems to have slowed. You're right.
Yeah.
It feels like we should be on like fucking the hand phone now. You just go like that. Hello.
Yeah. And like I say, it makes me wonder whether it's just is the technology we have, like with Dave Weiss was on the show the other day, and he said like his phrase always "there's nothing new under the sun." I know it's not his phrase, but I think we talked in that where he said he believed that all the technology we have, from emails to iPads, is old world technology that we've reused, rediscovered, and reused, and relearned how to produce versions of it. I find that idea really interesting. So what if that's right, and what if the gadgets have run out? So let's say, for instance,
what if they've not run out, but it's just like the real big boys that develop these the chips and new materials and new ways of doing stuff have just gone. There ain't any point. Let's do this down there.
Yeah. Why not? It's depressing.
It's a fucking it's a morbid thought.
And the thing is, as well, like the Zachariah Sitchin thing of it being like the next time we'd see and feel the effects of Nibiru will be 3,000 years. Will be the year 3000. I don't think it feels like we have the best part of 100 years before whatever happens. Doesn't feel like that, does it? It feels like there are people out there that are doing this in immediate effect, not for their future families, but for themselves.
Well, year 3000, that's fucking ages away.
That's what I mean. So the well, yeah, sorry, not best part of 100 years, best part of 1,000 years.
I'm gonna say,
yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't feel like these people are doing things for the future. It feels like they're doing things for themselves, for the present. I also don't think people are.
Because I'm not being funny, Lee. If they turn around and say it's coming in the year 3000, I ain't gonna lose sleep over that.
Well, there's like an argument about this. Is like, at what point you stop caring about the future? Like you can see you can see your children around you, so you go, right, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave the world in a bad way for my children.
No, you get me wrong there. I'm saying if it's the year 3000 and something in our solar system is going to hit, I'm like, well, hopefully we can fucking leave the planet by then anyway.
No, but this is the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't feel like that, though. It doesn't feel like.
No, I know what you mean. It feels like it's closer.
And there's an argument of like I say, how far into the future you care. So is it your children, your children's children? Because you might meet your children's children. You probably won't be around.
I hope so.
Yeah, you probably won't be around for like a whole host of your children's lives. You probably won't see half of it. For instance, you might see the first quarter of them. So is that where it stops? Do you now sacrifice your present for your children's future, or can they kind of get to fuck a bit? Because I feel most people would land in the 2 generations down the road, fuck him. They can work this shit out on their own. In the same way as when we think back to relatives that have passed, we'll kind of mourn the dead of those that are around us. Mm-hmm. But past the one generation behind, someone tells you about your great grandmother that died, you go, I never knew her. Fuck that bitch. So what I'm trying to say is, it feels very unhuman for a large scale effort to protect future generations. It feels more in line with human being behavior.
Yeah.
That if things are being done right now, it's to protect them in the present. If it was 1,000 years from now, there is no way. Like let's just, for argument's sake, that's what the bunkers are for.
Well,
but
we're going to see shit. Let's go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say that there's no way, if it's 1,000 years away, Bill Gates cares about bunkers.
No, unless Bill Gates can live for 1,000 years. We don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe the guy's a vampire. But if it is round the corner, say they did the whole, they put the plan together, and then the lockdowns hit. They got the tunnels done. They got everything in place. Now we've got the insane AI that is getting incredible for AI video. And lo and behold, 2027, shit starts to happen in the world. Loads of people are posting, and then you've got fucking news articles going that, people are on the AI trend of end of the world, posting stuff going on in the sky, atmospheric effects, things like that. It's a lot of it's just AI people, I can see something like that happening. I can see us like maybe we start to see something up in the sky. Fuck me. We got the UK article, the UK article. We got the UK saying that they wanted to
spray the sky,
spray the skies. What other, if you're a conspiracy theorist and you think about spraying the skies, it could be two things. It could be to poison us all, or it could be to cover something up.
I mean, it's been one of the things that's been lobbied at chemtrails for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if there is something, an object in the sky, and they don't want people to panic, that would be the perfect reason to do it. To cover the skies. We need to, again, going back to that, maybe they're not as bad as we think they are. They're just it's a very selfish act, but it needs to be done because they can't be mass panic, otherwise nobody survives it. And maybe they want to spread, maybe they're going to cover the skies, get as many who have been chosen into those bunkers, and we're just here to
see. Wouldn't it? I always think that we talk about revelation of the method quite a lot with stuff like this, and we constantly tell each other that they tell us everything they're going to do. It's just up to you whether you see the sign. What if "Don't Look Up" wasn't I think, is allegory the right word?
You mean the film?
Yeah. But what if it wasn't like a tongue-in-cheek like attempt of trying to explain, like, badly
It's
made?
weird you've brought that up because I was when we started this podcast, something you said made me think of "Don't Look Up."
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially there's something headed towards Earth. But what if
it wasn't that bit? It was the end. It was the end when they get out of the spaceship, and then one of them gets. They're all a bunch of rich dickheads, and then one of them gets eaten by that strange bird.
Yeah. But like the "Don't Look Up" thing, it's people turn around and say, "Oh, it's about climate change because we're killing the climate." The "Don't Look Up" is people is like for the climate change deniers. What if it's not? What if there is the insider scoop on that? Is that's exactly how it's going to go down?
And they just showed us.
They just showed us. They made a bad comedy movie, a bad comedy movie about the apocalypse and how they were going to gaslight people into not being afraid of it.
I mean, it seems a pretty fucking evil move. You know, this is what's going to happen, and we're going to tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah, it does seem like an evil move, but I always bring
shitload of films as well.
I always bring this. I remember the film in the night. It's called Until the End of the Earth. I'll never like the. It was the first that the soundtrack of that song was the Smiths' "How Soon Is Now." And it was the first time I ever heard that song.
Smiths.
Yeah, the how soon is now, right? Not wanting to go fucking off the reservation here. If there's anyone old enough that remembers when How Soon Is Now came out, what was that fucking like? Because that song is one of those songs that sounds like music from the fucking future when you consider it with what was around it. But I can't call it evil because if someone's
of the fittest.
Well, it's not just that. I always bring it back to the children thing. If someone was to turn around to you and say, or to me, I shouldn't keep using you and your children as examples for these. I've got my own perfectly fucking good child to explain this shit with. If someone was to turn around to you and let's say you're in an orphanage, like the worst of the worst place for this to happen, and they say, "Look, there's going to be an accident in a minute. This place is going to burn down. Because of the way that the fire burns, it's going to start from the door. It's just going to fucking barbecue everybody in here, like 200-300 kids. You like the carers, all gone. But you have the opportunity to leave with your child now. If you say fuck all, you're walking out that door. You're not going to feel good about it, but you're walking out that door.
So if you say something, everybody dies.
If you say something, you die with everybody else. If you just walk out, you survive.
And you've got your own children.
Yeah, your choice is not making any difference.
Any parent, I don't care what they're thinking right now. Any parent, any person that you're going to save your children.
No, even take the children out of it. Someone turns around and says, "This building is going down."
Now, I'd like to think there's there's people there are people in this world that are selfless. Absolute selfless warriors.
But selflessness only works if it can have a positive impact. Selflessness that doesn't have an impact is stupidity. So
if I'm on my own and I get told that from a voice, I'm thinking that's the devil, and I'm taking them kids out with me.
Right? Yeah, no, but there's no extra thing. Like you're adding something to the scenario here. The scenario is that building is burning, like the house is on fire. That building's going. The choice is, do you stay in it while it happens, or do you walk to safety? There's nothing you can do about it. Everybody walks to safety.
Well, can I kind of scoop a few people up on the way?
No. The choice is you save yourself, or because we'll take the children out of it to make it simpler, or you stay in the building with everybody else and die.
So I don't know who's in the building.
It's full of kids, all innocent kids, all lovely. Like,
I'm gonna have to try and save some fucking kids.
No, you can't. It's a blanket no. Like, it won't work. This is 100% going to happen. They're all, or for all intents and purposes, when you see them
kids,
when you see them playing tic-tac-toe and drawing pictures of their family that they're going to go and see this weekend and play football because they've all been adopted. Like they've all been adopted. Like this is the best day they've ever had. They've never been happier. But they're going to burn to death in like 10 minutes.
I feel like you're torturing me. I mean,
yeah, but they're going to burn to death in 10 minutes. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
Right.
But the door's open and someone says, you can leave now or you can stay in here and barbecue. Everyone's walking out the door. Everyone's saving themselves in that situation because you only for the fact that your sacrifice does nothing to solve it. If your sacrifice could save people, then maybe there would be a moral argument of doing it. But in this situation, there is no upside. There is no upside to your demise. So that's what I mean. In this situation, selflessness isn't a heroic act. It's an act of stupidity.
I think I see what you're saying.
I fucking hope so, Ollie, because I had to explain that a lot longer than I envisioned.
No, but it's just the whole kid things, and it's like, I'd like to think if there was a building on fire and there's children in that building, I'm going to get them fucking children.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that is an impossible scenario. And that would be the same scenario with a global cataclysm for people that could do something about it. It was like, look, we can't fucking save everybody. We can save some of the people. The others are already dead. They just don't know it yet. You'd save yourself. You'd save you. If your survival, if your survival didn't come at the cost of other people because they were already fucked anyway. Do you know what? I don't even think you'd think about it that long.
Fuck me, I really hope Dave Weiss is right.
What if that's one of the reasons? Because it would be interesting to know. I wonder what the percentage of because I don't remember the flat Earth thing being a thing in 2012. I think it came afterwards.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't really.
It
hit around the same sort of time as Mandela effect.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the percentage of flat earthers that before they were flat earthers were into the Planet X Nibiru thing.
I bet it's massive.
I think it's massive as well. And the reason I thought that was, what if it's a targeted conspiracy theory?
You know, also, Crazy Stew, guess what he is now?
A flat earther.
Crazy Stew. Shout out to Crazy Stew. Love you, mate. He's a flat earther. I live a little bit on the edge, I have to say, but he's full blown.
You live on the fucking ice wall. But you were a Planet X Nibiru guy as well, weren't you?
No, I mean, like I said before, like my Stu at the time, he was crying on my shoulder over a glass of wine on 2012. He was at my house on New Year's Eve.
We keep saying 2012. What is the fucking
I have
deal
no
with
idea.
that?
It's weird, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
We both do it.
We've done that before too. Like people have argued with us, like, what the fuck is 2012? We've said this before on episodes.
2012. I feel like I always want to put another 20 in there.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
But yeah, he's now a flat earther. I think you're right. I think you've just touched on something there. I bet you most flat earthers were all about Nibiru.
I mean,
and we love our flat earthers, by the way.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite conspiracy theories. I can entertain the flat Earth theory all fucking day. One of the things I find most fascinating about it is the fact that how irate people get about it. We never get better engagement from people. But even I'm not saying we do it for numbers, because genuinely the numbers, so people go, oh, you're just doing it for clicks. No, because
no, yesterday's show, like the UFO one, that did loads better than Dave White's.
Well, loads better on downloads. But what I was going to say was, like, if we do a flat Earth episode, our actual download numbers, it's just a normal day, just a normal day for the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. However, the comments, like, we always get loads of comments really
Doesn't
quickly.
make sense, does it? That the numbers are lower.
And yeah, because I just think it angers people, or it either angers people or they love it and they're compelled to comment. And I will never understand the visceral anger some people get because of a flat Earth episode.
Also, remember, we're a fucking conspiracy podcast. Anything goes, people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I find that it's one of the most interesting things. It's one of the reasons I will always do. I will always embrace a flat Earth episode. Like we're gonna hit. We've got, obviously, Ollie's gonna disappear for a week, and then so essentially next week is a full week of guests. So we'll be trying to book some more guests for August at some point. And I really want to hit Hibbler back up because his documentary should be coming out soon.
Yeah.
I'll always fuck with a flat Earth episode, like fucking, like, I'll raw dog that shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm all about it. I would look at I think it's the drama in me that it's still there. I'd love to get
Ollie, you've always will be a drama farmer. That's like, we've, like, 100%. Like,
I just can't help it. It's in me. I want to get, like, fucking Dave Weiss in the room. I want to get Mark Sargent, and then on the other side, I want to get fucking Neil deGrasse Old Tyson, and I don't know. Just let them fucking go.
That'd be a horrible podcast. No one would listen to that. Not past 10 minutes. But like the Nibiru thing, I always find it interesting that the likes of Graham Hancock never really go down the Nibiru route. It's always an asteroid impact. You know, there's an asteroid impact because of Younger Dryas.
Yeah, he says we're going through right now we are going through the belt.
Yeah. And that's it. Maybe it could be that. Maybe that's exactly what it was. But the thing is, it seems like it's happened. So I like, and a pole shift as well. This is why I stem more towards the something else happening, because okay, not much survives it, but the pyramids have survived maybe one, at least one, maybe two cataclysms. How's that work? Like, how did they stay so intact? I mean, people say, well, they were fucking built great. Yeah, but we're talking about building size tsunamis. Like, I don't care how well built the pyramid is. It is not as powerful as the fucking oceans ripping across the fucking planet as it stops. Nothing survives that. So that makes me have to go back to the drawing boards. We'll go, right, well, so what's causing the cataclysm? And then I think, if I'm in the Nibiru mode, I always think, well, what if Nibiru is not a planet? What if it's a ship? You know, we've heard stories about Nibiru being the home of the Anunnaki, and we always think to ourselves as in, like, that's their home world, that's their planet, and then it eventually comes close to Earth. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense as being what caused the cataclysm, because it would be a cataclysm for them as well, not just
Yeah.
So what if Nibiru is a craft, and they come back and they fucking harvest. It's that. What if gold is like we know that as people we've always heard, like how gold is precious. We believe, if we actually believe any of this stuff, that they used to use humans to mine the gold. What if gold's like this naturally like reoccurring resource and we just don't know it, and that every time it's like it comes back enough, they come back to like reap what they've sowed.
Like gold is the key to something.
Yeah, maybe they just like it. Maybe it's not the key. Maybe they just want jewelry.
Well,
we fuck all sorts of things up so we can read newspapers.
Well, do you remember that whole thing where recycle your phone, recycle your phone, and it's like, what do you use them for?
And stripping the gold out of it.
Strip the gold out of it.
Yeah.
It's always about the gold.
Finite resource.
So I don't think that's just for. I don't think it's just for jewelry. I think there's something about the gold. I think you're right there.
But well, I'd be interested to know. I'd be interested to know what the listeners think about this one. I know it's kind of a bit. It's definitely been a trust me, bro, podcast with little to no like facts.
Yeah, don't trust us on this because it's probably not going to happen. Hopefully not.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Do not fucking Benoit your family over this.
No.
It's probably going to be fine.
So if you do have like an old bunker in your garden that you happen to have put all your like your lawnmower down there and everything, or stuff from your attic, you might want to empty that now.
Wonder how deep you'd have to go.
Deep.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. What if the oceans are gonna go like over the land at a ridiculous speed? Do you think a little wooden door to your bunker is going to stop that?
I wonder if you could.
You're going to have to have a metal door that's waterproof. Then you're going to have an oxygen supply in that bunker. 6 days oxygen supply, food and water for 6 days, easy. But if you're underwater, if you're under fucking water, Lee, what do you do?
I mean, that's where I would.
You're better off building an ark.
You can't surf those waves. That'd be that big. But there's types of animals, and this is my fucking best pulling information from the fucking ether. In this case, the ether is me trying to remember History Channel documentaries. I think there is a species of fish in the deep sea that was so big that the cataclysms haven't affected them. So deep that the cataclysms didn't affect them, because when you go so deep into water, the movement from like tsunamis and stuff is minimal. You've got there's too much water above you to move what is underneath you.
Yeah.
And we apparently see a lot of UFOs and orbs coming out of the sea. So if there was a breakaway civilization, it would make sense for them to set up in like under the water. If they knew there was a cataclysm coming, they would be more likely to survive there than in the ground.
Well, it'd be crazy to build a base on if this happens every so many years. It'd be crazy. It's just like, why bother?
Yeah, it's interesting. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. I wonder if this is going to be a new thing. I think it's interesting Jesse Michaels popping it out just like he did, especially by saying that it's one step to knowing the truth. So clearly he has an opinion on this.
Also, these people, these faces like Jesse Michaels,
incredibly connected guy as well. Like incredibly,
they're getting legs,
connected.
aren't they? They're getting legs. Like they start off in the UFO field, and now, they've got legs in this. Like you just said, incredibly connected.
The guys might like love him or hate him.
I like him.
No, not Jesse Michaels. Logan Paul. He's a big player, like in the entertainment industry. These are the people, parties that they go to parties and they're with the people, especially the sort of guys which have had a foot in the sort of crypto bro world. They're the ones that are going to be at the dinners where someone turns around and says, "You'll never guess what I heard the other day. Like the world fucking ends. When's the world end? World ends in 2038.
But people, there are bunkers. How do I get one of these bunkers?
Yeah. Oh, you ring fucking Gary the bunker guy. He'll do a really good deal on them. Like, do they work? I don't know, but
it's your best chance.
It's got to be better to have a bunker than not have a bunker. Terrifying. It's my worst nightmare. Except before it's like that and zombie apocalypse.
The zombie apocalypse is fucking the worst one. There's going to be that one sick bastard. There's going to be that one sick bastard that's been lonely his whole life, and he sees that zombie wandering on its own on the street, and
he's going, look at that.
He's going to take that fucking zombie, and he's going to take that home. He's going to zombie that bitch up.
Dead. You fucking wish you were.
Dirty bastard. Dirty bastard. Zombie.
No blowies though. I mean, suppose you could take his teeth out.
His?
Like I just take it for granted that you're after a male zombie.
I might be sick, but I'm not gay, Lee. No. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's not what we meant at all. It's like all these like, yeah, like I'd fuck a zombie, but like I'll draw the line. I'll draw the line at a consensual homosexual relationship. That's where the demons live.
Listen, I won't be fucking any zombie.
It's not what it's not what I've got out of this. I just wanted to have a nice conversation about, Nibiru, fucking maybe global cataclysms. All of a sudden, Ollie's like, they hate gays.
No, I'm just saying if I was attracted to a zombie, it would be a female zombie because I'm a straight guy, but I'm not attracted to zombies. Well, I mean, there have been some episodes of Walking Dead have been really good. Like let's face it, Green works really well.
I don't believe you, Ollie.
Yes, mate.
Tell the people what you want them to do. What do they need to do?
They need to go and head into their link section below and vote for the Daily Conspiracy Podcast to be the greatest, the best podcast of the UK. What's the link called, Lee, again?
It is the British Podcast Awards /vote. Just Google that or check the description of the podcast.
I've heard that Keir Starmer might vote for us as well. So
I hear Keir Starmer is desperate that we don't win. So let's make his day.
Make his fucking day.
And if you want to clip any of this podcast, make sure you do. Like I'd love to see clips of Ollie going around being like grievously homophobic. That's hilarious. Let the world know what we are.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, feel free to clip whatever you want of the podcast. It's absolutely fine. Just let people know where you found the podcast. We don't care about clips because we can't be asked to do them. So yeah, you can do them for us.
Yeah, do the work for us, please.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. I will be back with our good friend Nicholas the Nazi, as Ollie will be taking the day off before I get ready to run the fucking ship solo for an entire week. So I hope you guys will be tuning in and helping me out and, cheer me up. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult doing a whole week without my brother from our uncomfortably mutual mother.
Well, you've got a week. You've got a solid week. You've got Nick coming on. You've got Danny coming on. You've got the grumbling grunts coming on. I'm gutted that I'm missing out on them boys. But I'm sure we'll do a show with them again, with me there.
100%. Thanks very much for listening, guys. And have nightmares. The world's probably not going to end, but it might.
I'm going deeper underground. There's too much panic in this.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claimed to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want those major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.